What is going on, guys? DBG here, and this video we are going to be doing another episode of the series where I rate your squads, lads. So basically what this series is I get you guys to send in a bunch of teams to me on Twitter, and a link will be in the description. Follow me on Twitter at DBGYT_ and tweet me in a picture of your team with tweet a picture of your team, tag me with hashtag rate my team. This series has moved from Sundays to Wednesdays, so the best time to tweet me is probably at around, I'm going to say 4 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesdays. That is probably the best time to tweet me for it. And I do pick these teams at random. So yeah. Also, before we get on to it, guys, huge thank you guys again. Huge thank you guys for 250k subs. Like, it's beyond belief at this stage. Like, I still can't believe I managed to hit 250,000 subs, and just thank you. But anyway, yeah, now we are going to get on to the cards, or the squads. So this is the first team right here. Next gen mainly run offense through Darren Williams and Rudy Gay. Bowen and Jones are there for defense. Wait, Jones? Who the hell is Jones? Oh, Bobby Jones. I was looking for Eddie Jones. I'm like, where? There's no Eddie Jones here. Yeah, Bobby Jones is a great defender. And catch a few threes. Like to run pick and fades at bowl. Don't have too much MT. Willing to spend any to make any changes. Okay, so let me think. I like this team. I don't like that backup point guard if you're on next gen. If you're on current gen, I'd be fine with Ron Harper. Ron Harper does a lot of positive things on current gen, but I mean on next gen, I don't think he does much good. I really don't think the guy does much good on next gen. So he's a decent enough card, to be honest, but I would still take on next gen. I would rather see like a Justice Winslow, who's around the 8k MT, and then it costs like 5-6k MT to get handles for days. I would probably do that for Ron Harper, but other than that though, Bobby Jones, Bull, Jackson, Eddie Curry is a fantastic combination of players. Like, Rudy's unbelievable, Bowen's unbelievable as well on next gen. Not great on current gen, but Darren Williams is fantastic. I really like this team. I'm even like an 8.5 out of 10. I think it's a more than good enough team that that you can have a lot of success with it in game. So I'm going to give this team a, I'll give it a, let's say 8.5 out of 10. Okay. And we got this squad right here. Current gen going to 500k to spend, open for suggestions. I mean, how open are you for suggestions? I just want to be clear with that question as to how open you are for suggestions, because I mean like, it's hard to give suggestions without saying that Steph Curry should be a no-brainer to get rid of. Like, Steph Curry's legitimately, you are legitimately paying for Steph Curry 300k for a card that's worth 30k. Max 30k. On current gen, he's worth about 30k. On next gen, he's bad, man. He's really bad next gen. But at least you're on current gen, so he's worth about 30k. If Steph's your favorite player, I mean, fire ahead. He's significantly better than the other Stephs. Steph had his time at the start of the year, though. I really don't think he has his time right now. But yeah, I'm going to say get rid of Steph. That would be like my number one. My number one tip would be to get rid of Steph. After that, I would say you've got Ron Harper on your bench. Like, if you get rid of Steph, you're up at 500k. I don't really like J.R. Smith. Jokic is pretty good. Like, your starting lineup, you've got two Hofstede players, which doesn't really help. And then Steph is mediocre. Like, he is well and truly mediocre, so I'm going to say get rid of Steph and replace him with anybody. Basically, any of the new point guards. Like, if you get rid of Steph and replace him with like Chris Webber, your team gets significantly better. Your bench, I'm not the biggest fan of that bench either, but it is all free cards apart from Jokic, so I'll give this like an 8.2 out of 10. I'm not that high on it, but it's not a bad team. Not really a team that really suits me too well, but I mean, if you have success with it, then I mean, fire ahead. If you are having success with a squad like that, then fire ahead. So this team right here: Luka Doncic, J.R. Smith, Danny Ferry, next gen. Oh, I like this team. This is a next gen. Like, if I was on if you're on current gen, I would say, you know what? I don't think it's a bad team, but I wouldn't be like ultra high on the game. But like, oh, this team, I don't even know what I just said just there. I zoned out for a second, but Luka Doncic, great on next gen. J.R. Smith, great on next gen. Winslow, great on next gen. Lionel Simmons, fantastic on next gen. David Robinson, incredible as well. Man, this is like a 9.5 out of 10. You've got half blinders players in each of your lineup. Great tall point guards. Millsap's a great 3. Danny Ferry's numero uno. Well, Daniel's great at the 4. David Robinson maybe probably best power forward to use on next gen, outside of Danny Ferry and Bol Bol and Wilt at center. I'm gonna say it, Bol Bol needs to be somewhere in this team. Considering the fact that you are sitting on 687 KMT and you don't have Bol Bol, get Bol Bol. Play him either a power forward and bring D-Rob to your backup center. Like, Bol Bol on next gen is God. Get Bol Bol. And other than that, there's no really like out and out suggestions I can make. I like the team, like a 9. Like a 9.2. Okay. Next gen, 20k in auction, so I have 100k MT to spend. Hawks 2018, like 5 out, willing to make any changes. Alright. Alright. Sell Dirk, get Bol Bol. That's my main tip. I like Tyrese. I don't personally think on next gen that Tyrese Halliburton is better than Malcolm Brogdon. Current gen 100%. I think Brogdon's better than Tyrese Halliburton on next gen. I love Duma and Bruce Bowen and Anunoby. I think you're Bol Bol away from a 9.3. You're Bol Bol away. Get Bol Bol. Like, that's 90% of the people that I'm going to suggest on next gen. Like, you've already got numero uno Danny Ferry, but like, I would definitely suggest to get numero dos, Bol Bol. Iverado, Bol Bol. Let's try to get as many languages in as possible. So yeah, this team's really good. The bench is fine to only play a couple of minutes a game. Jerry Sloan's a god. Like, Grant Hill's the best PG outside, not named Ben Simmons. Danny Ferry may be the best card in the game on this gen. Dirk looks a little bit out of place there, but Bol Bol makes that team a lot better. Okay, current gen, no money spent. Came from Park this year, so I know how to dribble and that stuff. Open suggestions: JR's Chicken, same with Rudy Gay. Have 24 KMT. Hopefully see this keep grinding for 250k. We got it. So guys, we did it. We reached 200. We reached 250,000 subscribers. We got 250k. But J.R. Smith. So if you like J.R. Smith, keep him. Rudy's unbelievable. Billy Owens. If you're on current gen, I wouldn't advise you to run Billy Owens, because the problem is that he's got no hot zones, like on the wings or the middle. It really isn't great. Weber, Korver, Sloan. I don't know how I feel about Sloan on current gen, but I do really like Jackson Jr. and Anunoby, and I really, if you can get used to Sabonis is really good. It's an interesting one seeing Sabonis, but he is a good card. Okay. So I'm going to go and I'm going to say, you don't have much MT to work with. Maybe sell Billy Owens and put in, I wouldn't normally say Kyle Korver, but put in Malik Sealy. Malik Sealy will probably give you exactly what Billy Owens gives you. And then Rudy's fantastic. Or you can sell Billy Owens, actually. I was about to say, yeah, you can sell Billy Owens, move Kyle Korver into your starting lineup, and you can bring Kyle Kuzma off the bench. That actually makes your team a lot better. So get rid of Jerry Sloan for Kyle Kuzma. Or sorry, get rid of Billy Owens. No, keep Jerry Sloan. Move Jerry Sloan to the 2. Bring Kyle Kuzma as your backup 3. And start Kyle Korver. To replace Billy Owens with Kuzma. That would be actually a nice player to upgrade. And obviously you do not have the MT, so we cannot suggest Bull. But as always, I would always suggest Bull. How do you have 150 MT 150 XP exactly? That's a shock. But yeah, now we have got, or can you not go over 150? You can go over 150k, can't you? Hey, I run not much of a specific offense, but a lot of threes and dunks. I have 80k in auctions right now, and I can replace anyone. Love the content. Keep up the grind to 250k. We got it, lads. We did it. We did it, lads. Okay, so you're on current gen, which they changed things up a little. I would sell Tobias Harris on current gen, and I definitely would not run Dino in May. Like, Dino was good and all when he came out in February. I would not be running Dino in May. Dino and Tobias Harris need to go. And you can replace those guys. If you're on current gen, you can replace them with Matt Bonner / Precious Achua. And you're not going to lose, or either of those guys a power forward, and then Isaac Okoro at small forward. You've got better players, and you've made a little bit of MT. I like Toppin, I like Zach LaVine, I like Ron Harper. LaMelo Ball's a god, Eddie Curry's god. Your starting lineup is fine. It's a nice budget. It's a really nice budget team. That starting lineup is perfect. I think the bench does need a little bit of work on. So, like at this stage, if I saw this team and I saw that bench, I would think I've won this game. So I can't give it more than a 6 out of 10, but it's not awful. Like, it is not awful at all. So if a lot of people will have success with a team like that. I'm going to say that, like, a lot of people will have success with a team like that. So I can't say that the card is bad at all. So we have got this team right here. Penny Hardaway, Cedric. So you obviously know what you're doing if you have Cedric Maxwell. And well, actually, I was about to say Cedric Maxwell. That was last season. That was a long time ago. People had him on the 19th or the 20th of February. 19th of February was when people first got Cedric. Then you got Luka Doncic off the bench. Obviously, Penny and Luka are very similarly matched cards, in my opinion. Most people prefer Luka because they're more comfortable with him, but I think they're very, very similarly matched. I think... I'm going to say Kermit. If you're not green with Kermit, you might struggle with him. Rim run to your point guard centers. Replace Cedric with Kyle Korver next gen. Okay, Kermit is gold range and Luka's gold line is okay. So you do play when you're on next gen. Korver comes in. That's interesting. It's interesting. I think I would have thought Korver would be really good at both gens. Kermit, even with gold range, oh man, I'm not a fan. Whatever about not being a fan of Kermit. Kermit's definitely not better than Kuzma. Kermit's definitely not better than Kuzma. So I would. But I like firepower off the bench. So I was about to say, would I start Kuzma? Nah, probably not. AK is really good though. Giannis is really good. Eddie Curry's really good. Mel Daniels is really good. The only player I don't really like on that team is Ingram. But like you have to, if you're using Ingram, you obviously like Ingram. So I'll give this like an 8.2 out of 10. I think definitely that's a fair. That is a fair rating for this. All right, I'm no money spent on next gen. Run Hawks 2018, like the 300 drive and kick. So basically the way I play. Willing to buy anyone else. Keep up the good work. I like this team. That's all I'm gonna say is I really like this team. So you've got a very, very solid point guard. You've got solid two solid two guards, especially on next gen. Like, no, I'm not high on Jerry Sloan in current gen, man. He's a god on next gen. So Jerry Sloan is absolutely incredible on next gen. So I'm gonna say, without question, keep him. Millsap's fantastic. This is really similar to my team, except you've got better point guard. When I say similar to my team, it's just that I've got Danny Ferry, Bobo, D-Rob, and Millsap, Mel Daniels, Jaren Jackson. You've got like 6 of the same players that I run. I switch sometimes between Jaren Jackson and Eddie Curry. It all depends on how I'm feeling, honestly, which of those I run. But considering this team is like a upgraded version of my team, because I'm waiting to get J.R. Smith, your 2-guard. Kevin Durant is definitely better than my 2-guard, Kyle Korver. I gotta give this a 9 out of 10. I really like this team. Considering it's basically the same as mine, and I'm a big fan of my team, if I want to give this team a less than a 9 out of 10, it's just being completely hypocritical. So I really like this team, 9 out of 10. Okay, I'm on next gen. Bol has speed Grinches. Bol doesn't need speed Grinches on next gen. I'm telling you, that is the biggest myth ever. That Bol on next gen needs speed Grinches. I'm telling you, he is 175 speed even without them. Everyone else is shoe 2, mainly 3 hunt, pick and pop and roll. Willing to sell or spend, willing to open to any suggestions. Okay. Why would you need to spend? Just a question. Why would you ever need to spend with this lineup right here? You've got on next gen. You got 2 of maybe the 4 best point guards in the game. J.R. is a god on next gen. Kawhi is one of the best 2 guards in the game. Kevin Durant probably is the best 2 guard in the game. Rudy's exceptional on both gens. Bol maybe the second best card in the game. Maybe the best card in the game. Honestly, like, you could argue he is the best card in the game in general, even over Simmons. You don't even need, on next gen with this squad, you don't even need Simmons, trust me. You've got Wilt, you've got David Robinson. I mean, 9.4 out of 10. On next gen, man, you can't get much better than this. 9.4 out of 10. I'm a big fan of the team that you just put out right there. That's a really nice team. Okay. No money spent playing Xbox current and next gen, mostly current. Drive to the paint, play, post, and pass to open shooters when necessary. Coach Steve Kerr. Have success in my lineup, but always looking to improve. Hoping for get better cards Friday next week. Okay. Considering the fact you play through the post, I'm not going to say to get rid of Shaq. I would heavily advise Eddie Curry instead of Shaquille O'Neal. I don't see there being any real situation where that Shaq is better than Eddie Curry. I probably, like, if you sold that Shaq and bought Eddie Curry, you can make quite a bit of MT. Or, I would say, or just get to the Dark Matter Shaq, but nah, trust me, Dark Matter Shaq's going to go down in price. You got 1.1 million. I'd hold on to that 1.1 million at this stage. I don't like Wes, personally. And you got 1.1 million, so just buy Bol. Trust me, buy Bol. Brandon Roy. Next gen. Well, you said you play mostly current. Sorry. Bol anyway belongs there instead of Wes on sale. Doesn't matter what gen you're on. Brandon Roy's really good on current gen. So I don't know how I feel about that. How I feel like getting rid of him, because if you were just on next gen, I would advise you to get rid of Brandon Roy. But personally, I think Korver's better. I personally think the Kyle Korver is better than Brandon Roy. So I each to their own, but I would have him in there. I would also have Malik Sealy over Brandon Roy on current gen, but again, that's just me. This is a nice team. I really like Kuzma. You put Bol into this team, you put Bol and Eddie Curry in as your center and power forward and bring Mal Daniels to the bench. This team is now looking at going from like an 8.9 to like a 9.1, and you've also saved a bit of MT. No, you haven't saved any MT. You've only lost a bit of MT. Okay, so no money spent current gen. Like to run your offense through Ben Simmons, just like everyone does who has him. 5 outing, speed boost into the rim or shooting snatchbacks. When I use my bench, I run my offense through Levine by 3 hunting. Looking to upgrade Wes or a center spot. I won't get rid of Levine. I'm pretty sure I rated your team last week. Would you be open to a compromise? Would you be open to a compromise? Instead of getting rid of Levine, would you be open to tactically downgrading Levine? Because I would definitely be suggesting to tactically downgrade Levine. Because there is a 13,000 Zach Levine, empty Zach Levine, does the same thing as this Zach Levine. Would you be open to a bit of a compromise? I'm not going to tell you to get rid of him, even though that would be my advice, but would you be open to a compromise of tactically downgrading? Because if you tactically downgrade Levine, do you know who that means you can afford? Numero dos. Ivredo. Bol. A power forward. If you tactically downgrade, you can tactically downgrade Levine and get Bol. Or you can keep Levine. And I don't think there's anywhere you can improve in your price range. Because your team is good, like. There's 34k is not going to improve anywhere. It's not going to improve anywhere in your team. Like, this is this type of team you need like 100k to improve anywhere. So I would say definitely it's a good team. It's like an 8.8 out of 10. Or actually, no, Simmons is there. It's like a, Simmons and, oh my god, Simmons, Grant Hill, Kevin Durant. Yeah, it's like a 9.1. Yeah, Simmons is tough to stop. Nobody spent current gen. Run Hawks 2018, 300, lots of Winslow half handles. You put half handles on Winslow? 80k save makes splash. Say if you've only got 80k save it, trust me. Trust me, like my whole thing is always keep 100k sitting there. Oh, you should always have. I'm not even gonna say something crazy like you should have hundreds of thousands. Like I'm overkill keeping like 400k in at all times. But I believe you should always have 100k sitting in your account. Beal does not belong right there. He's garbage on current gen. He's good on next. He's garbage on current gen. I like Millsap, aka Eddie. Your starting 5 is really good, by the way. Your starting 5 is really good. Like, you just really need to replace that Beal card. And, like, even a Malik Sealy works. Heck, a freaking Isaac Okoro works perfectly there. Like, you're not going to... If you put in Okoro for, like, 2k MT, you're not... Like, the difference between you spending, like, 200k MT on, like, a Jordan and you putting in a 2k MT Isaac Okoro, I don't think you'll notice a difference with the way your team is structured. So... yeah, I would put in probably Okoro here and save your MT, but Beal definitely does not belong. So this team, I'm going to give it a... 8.1? 8.1? Okay, I have 2 million to spend on current gen Xbox. Play 3 style. We'll get JR to replace either Ol or he will be my 2 guard. Do you really have one card that you spend MT on and it's Dirk? Not even numero dos? Not even Bol? Okay, first of all, you got 2 million. So, let me just say you want to keep, if you want to keep 1.7 million, because 1.7 million will do you for the year. I'm telling you, 1.7 million will do you for the year. There'll be a Go Kareem, there'll be a Go, yeah, there'll be all the Go cards. You'll be able to get whatever you want as long as you don't buy the cards today to come out with 1.7 million. So, let's just say you got 200k to spend. First of all, Bol. Put him a power forward. I don't mind John Wall, he's fine. Backup instead of Don Ol. Don Ol's a 6'3" point guard. You can get an Alex Caruso, you can get a Justice Winslow. Either of those guys for cheap works perfectly. Bruce Bowen, you are on current gen. He's got half steady. Isaac Okoro. Top and fine. Wes Unseld, get Bol. Actually, get Bol and replace Jameson with him. Your centers, I mean, they're fine, but I would replace Dirk for Eddie Curry. Eddie Curry's probably better and he's cheaper. So, yeah, I'm gonna give this team. You've got basically infinite MT to work with. You can buy pretty much the best team in the game, but like this team right here, it's not bad for like an all rewards team. I'm trying to think, do I have all of these reward cards? I don't have Kawhi. I've got all the others, and the only ones that are in my squad right now are D-Rob, and that's it. But yeah, I can't give this more than a 7. I can't give this more than a 7 at this stage. But again, it's a dangerous team because it's all reward cards, but it's not great. Current gen, Hawks 2018, I have 800k, willing to replace anyone, love the content, and congrats on 250k. Thank you. Okay, current gen. You're on current gen, so Bobby Jones is really good. Kyle Korver, John Wall, Mel Daniels, Bol. I like this. I like this team. There's no weak spots in the team. Like, personally, maybe I would try and get one extra half-range extender player on your bench. Maybe I put in Okoro for Drexler. I prefer Okoro to Drexler, and he's basically free. He's 2k MT. You discards for 1,000. Korver is spectacular. I like Wall. I like Winslow. I'm not going to tell you to upgrade your point guard, especially because you only have 100k. I would sit on your team. I think it's like an 8.4 out of 10, but I would sit on it. I would not make any upgrades to this team. I'm telling you, your team is perfectly fine. It's not by no means this God Squad level team, but it's a fine team. It's usable, and you don't have enough MT to start splashing it around recklessly. So I would probably say if you're going to make any changes, just put in Okoro at the 2. Or make sure Winslow has handles for days. You have 800k MT? Then just hold till Friday at least. I don't know why. Maybe you've sold a bunch, but yeah, it seems not bad. Okay. Like to run your offense through Simmons. I have already got this squad. That is a little bit of an anticlimax for the final squad. The squad that we already have rated. Again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Are you willing to compromise and tactically downgrade Levine? Because that is the only way you're going to be able to get Bull, which is the only real upgrade you're going to be able to make for within your price range. So yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. This is actually one of the shorter episodes of the series where I rate your squads. Again, I'm trying to get through this one. I got your teams a little bit quicker because, well, it's a little bit past midnight. I promised myself for the first time in like 3 months I was going to stop work before midnight. I promised myself I was going to have work finished before midnight, and that I was going to just take even midnight to like 3 a.m. to just relax and watch NBA games, which I haven't done in months because I got 250k, and it's 20 past 12 right now. You've already missed the deadline, but sure, look, it is what it is. It's not the end of the world. I'll at least have an hour or two to relax, which is something that I don't get that often. But anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it. That's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.